Hey, you made it. So, Soggy Cereal finally released his DogPack404 video, and it is doing really well right now. And honestly, I can see why. It puts to bed a lot of the lies that Dogpack has been spreading, a lot of the misinformation, a lot of the sort of faulty evidence that doesn't really sort of hit home. A lot of the things I've been going on about in my previous videos, where texts from random people with the names bleeped out just is not evidence. And then Soggy Cereal provides literal evidence, interviews with people, like people from the competitions, other interviews, and honestly, this video is so well put together. Before I get into dissecting it though, I'm gonna have to talk about my own video. Soggy Cereal deleted his slop content video, where I basically slated him for deleting his previous video, which was about Dogpack, but he spent the first 5 or 6 minutes just basically dissing slop as a genre in general and everyone who makes slop content, or not everyone, but like some of the bigger creators. And then he ended up taking that video down, and he put a community post out about saying why he took it down. But at the time I made the video, I hadn't seen that community post, and I basically said he wasn't accountable for privating the video. It is his channel, you can do what he wants, but also when you get to a certain size, I feel like you need to be a bit more accountable. So I do think he should have followed up with that video and left it not privated. That's neither here nor there, but the main thing I'm getting at here is my own comment here, where somebody put, so Dogpack bullied him into deleting it because Soggy was right, and I replied, no, I think he couldn't win the argument with Dogpack, so deleted it. Soggy made some valid points, but I wouldn't say either of them are completely right, and Soggy was very hypocritical in his video. Now, I stand by the points he was hypocritical in that particular video because he basically made a slop content video about slop content. However, the argument with Dogpack thing has been blown out of the water completely, and I admit I was completely wrong. Like, I have no problem with admitting that to you guys. I'm sorry, Soggy Cereal, if you ever watched this video, but that was a mistake on my part. I do think you should have been more accountable with the video in the first place, but I did think that you lost the argument with Dogpack on Twitter. I couldn't find the replies anymore, so I just assumed that was it. You'd sort of given up and that was the result of it. But I see now that you were just working really hard behind the scenes to make this absolute masterpiece of video. There are a couple of things that I want to go through though from the video, so let's get right into that. So the first part is kind of backs up again what I've been saying all along. If you look at my Jake Weddle video that everybody absolutely hated and had a ridiculous amount of dislikes at the time, I said Jake Weddle was wrong about Mrbeast, and all of the stuff he said just seemed like trash to me. It didn't seem like it was based on anything. He basically sat there and complained about getting a massive payout for doing something he signed up to do, and then it was too much for him. And then he got a further payout from Jimmy after the fact, after he saw that video. So it's just like, what are you even complaining about at this point? And in this video, Soggy basically details how Jake Weddle lied about this whole war crimes thing, and it was just actually a big joke, and how a lot of Jake Weddle's videos just aren't really based on anything, the Mrbeast ones anyway. How it was based on like AI generated Mrbeast talking, which I just think is just ridiculous at this point. People just wanted to jump on the bandwagon of let's bring down Mrbeast and get a load of views at the same time. He even got monetized for that Mrbeast video, which I just think is a load of rubbish. Honestly, to get monetized off of such a trash thing is just crazy to me. I'm out here grinding videos. No, I'm just joking. So Soggy basically outlined how he lied about that. He then goes into a lot more detail about all of the things that Dogpack404 has lied about. He breaks down in detail almost every aspect of his Mrbeast videos, which is honestly so well done. Like, this is the sort of thing we needed to just knock Dogpack out. Like, this is the end of Dogpack in my opinion. Like, this is basically just Dogpack being dismantled. There is no counter argument to any of this. The only positive that Soggy has found, or the only thing that actually correlates with what Dogpack was saying, is illegal lottery number 1. So as it turns out, the first one he mentioned didn't actually have the no purchase necessary in the description, and then Soggy goes on to try and back up Mrbeast, saying maybe it was an honest mistake and whatever, which, like, fair enough, it might be, but also, like, how do you know that the previous videos he didn't go back and change the description after the fact? Because you use the time machine, I guess, like, I don't really know how that works. Does that have exactly what it was like when it was released, or not? So that was one thing I wanted to sort of talk about. So basically there is the illegal lottery, but then Soggy brought up the whole Mrbeast investigation thing that Mrbeast did on himself to basically dispel everything that Dogpack had said and back up his own points, which I don't personally think is actually quite right. Because if you looked at that Mrbeast like investigation, if you looked at my previous video anyway, it just isn't really it, though, is it? Like, if you actually look into what he is saying is going on, it just doesn't quite cut it. And it's like the whole, there was no wrongdoing, there was no sexual misconduct. And my counterpoint to that is, where is Ava Tyson? I've said it before, I'm going to bring it back up here just this brief time. If there's no wrongdoing, where have they gone? Why don't they speak out? That's what I don't get. And in his own video, in Soggy's video, he's put Ava Tyson is a degen. Like, yeah, clearly they are, but like, if there's no wrongdoing, why is it in your document? That's what I don't get. Mrbeast document, I mean. But yeah, another thing Soggy brought up is how they left the raft, and he tried to sort of like combat what DogPack had said with the fact that they left the raft due to safety issues, and then it was on a barge and not on like a luxury yacht. The thing is, the video he shows in his own video, in Soggy's video, of it not being a luxury yacht, if this was filmed at the same time when they were supposed to be off it for the hour, which I'm not really sure if that was the idea, but to me it was kind of a bit misleading. I thought maybe there was no storm when you could see from the ship there was no like bad weather really, so I don't know if that was filmed afterwards and then just to show and prove a point or what, but overall I quite liked that aspect of it. I like the fact that he showed the person from that Mrbeast like contestant who basically said everything DogPack has said is just a load of rubbish in terms of the wink that was added in post, and they did hear somebody say something, so like it's nice to have that back and forth but actually have the evidence instead of just like screenshots of texts. It's just ridiculous though. When you think about it, we have all been sucked into like the biggest lie of all time, the biggest misinformation of all time, and he goes into so many details in this video. Honestly, if you haven't watched Soggy Cereal's video, go and watch it now. Like, I know I've made 2 videos on him saying that he's an idiot for the things that he did previously. I do stand by what I said about the slop content video. Like, I do think it was very hypocritical, and I do think he isn't accountable for it, and then goes on to say Mrbeast should be accountable for some more of the things that he's done, like Mrbeast Games and the crypto scam, if that actually comes out as being true, and obviously this illegal lottery one. He's saying he needs to be accountable for all these things, which, yeah, okay, he probably does. He needs to come out and say something about it. But also, you yourself have not been accountable for that previous video. I know it's a very minor thing, but I don't look at YouTube community posts. I don't know about you, but I don't know a lot of people that look at YouTube community posts. It does have a lot of likes and comments on that community post, though, so maybe I'm the one that's just in the dark here, but who knows. But yeah, I think Mrbeast definitely needs to speak up about this and just get out of the way and just get it done. But the thing is, like, with the faking of the raft video supposedly from DogPack, I don't get why they didn't just put something in the description saying, like, due to safety issues we had to do it, or come out with a statement and say, due to safety issues we had to do that, because then you kind of dispel it immediately. Jimmy not speaking about it is kind of let it spiral, let this misinformation spread. And the one thing I saw in Soggy's video that really interested me is how DogPack's Reddit, like 5head, he clearly has a massive Mrbeast obsession, but to the point where he knows how to replicate Mrbeast's style of videos. You can see that he's broken it down to like almost a bare bones, like a psychology of how Mrbeast videos get views and how they get engagement, and then he's used that in his own videos. We've all been suckered into watching these videos. Like, I firmly believed when I watched that first video, I was like, yeah, he's bringing down, well, not bringing down Mrbeast, but I firmly believed that some of the things, not all he was saying at the time, could have actual truth behind them, and it was done in such a clever way that it almost brainwashed everyone into believing it was true. Yeah, some parts of it probably were true, like the illegal lottery one that Soggy rightfully mentioned is illegal, but we all got suckered in by someone who is clearly a lot smarter than he's given credit for. I know he's done stupid things now, but in terms of YouTube content creation, he knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly how to get the audience. He knew exactly how to spread this misinformation. And he knew people would keep coming back for it. And that's exactly what happened. So, hate him all you want, he did do some smart things. And then he did some not so smart things that you'll see in the Soggy Cereal video. It just felt a bit weird. And he is just doing some strange stuff now. But the point is, what was the point in this? I feel like he probably was just a disgruntled employee after all. The COO video that he brought out, where he was trying to just dismantle that secret CEO of Mrbeast's, like, when he was fired, that was who was present. So you can see why he suddenly just picked on this person to try and absolutely destroy them online. But that video has since been taken down, as I mentioned in my previous video, so, like, what is actually going on? And Dawson hasn't been present on any social medias. I'm going to go over to his Twitter right now, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen anything from him in a long-ass time, so... Okay, so he's conveniently reposted the CoffeeZilla Mrbeast investigation video that Soggy Cereal also said to watch, which is about the crypto scams. So that's in his like only post in about 2 weeks since like deleting his secret CEO video, and he hasn't made a single post, and he's not talked about anything, and there is no part 3 video, let's face it. So I really don't get what DogPack404's plan was with all this stuff. It just seems so weird to me, and like I said before, maybe he was just a disgruntled employee with a Mrbeast obsession who just inflated his ego so damn much and thought he could make better videos than Mrbeast, better shorts than Mrbeast, and I guess in a way he's proven himself in the wrong way, in the fact that he can get millions and millions of views by just spreading lies. And it's done in such a way, the content cop outfit, as Soggy Cereal mentioned, it's like relatable. The fact he constantly reiterates, the video is not monetized. And I'm not going to lie, that suckered me in as well. Like, I am one of these people who just got suckered into this whole thing in a way. Granted, I made my own videos where I basically sort of fought back against it and said, like, this isn't really it, like, this isn't evidence as such, and more needs to be said, Jimmy needs to respond. And I stand by a lot of the things that I've said in the video, like, especially the Jake Weddle one, and the whole no-scope video. Don't even get me started on that thing, man. That no-scope, I caused the downfall of Mrbeast by getting Dawson fired, was the stupidest thing I've seen of this whole drama. It was just ridiculous. Yeah, I actually ordered these Apple Vision Pros that got Mrbeast, but no, bro, you didn't. Just shut the hell up. Like, honestly, what are you even talking about? You're just a nobody. Like, what are you on about? It just makes no sense. Yeah, I caused the downfall of Mrbeast, and now he has 20 million more subscribers than when I... Just listen to what you're saying. But anyway, that's a rant for another time. The only thing I have to say about Soggy Cereal's video is when he's saying about Mrbeast being accountable, and he says about Mrbeast's ads in his videos and how the timer goes along really quickly at the beginning and then slows right down. But like, there's nothing you can really do about that. I don't really understand why you're complaining about it. Saying it's disrespectful to the audience. I mean, if most of the audience are children, they're not even going to notice anyway, are they? And at the same time, like, you don't have to watch his content. If it's that annoying to you, why don't you just skip it? Or if you have so much of a problem with it, why don't you just skip the ads? I have never sat through an ad on YouTube, like an ad that's in somebody's video. Unless I absolutely love the creator, I just will not do it. I will just skip it as soon as it pops up. So it's not really an issue, is it? You could just skip it. But I do completely agree, Mrbeast should be accountable here. Mrbeast should speak out about some of these things. And yeah, partnering with Logan Paul and KSI was just ridiculous, but whatever. I've already talked about this a million times before. But I thought I'd do this follow-up for you guys, so I do think you should go and check out Soggy Cereal's video. I'm going to completely U-turn. Now my most popular video is the Soggy Cereal stop content video, which I just find kind of ironic because I never intended for that to happen. So, so that has 3,000 views, which is like, I never really break out of 2,200 views. So for some unknown reason, I'm just sort of gridlocked in 2,000 views. That's finally broken out of it, but I don't know if that even means anything at this point, so... Go and watch his video, and if you want to, go and watch Scoffy's other video. Is anything ever going to come of this? Probably not. Is Mrbeast in his downfall? No. And is anything going to happen if Mrbeast doesn't speak up about it? Also no, because he's put out his investigation, and in the eyes of the company and them, it's done. The accusations are finished, DogPack is finished, because he's not posting anything anymore, apart from weird sexual images stuff that I'm not even going to go into here because I don't want to get my video demonetized, and it's just weird as hell, bro. Like, just no. So anyway, this has been a bit of a follow-up for you guys. I thought I couldn't just leave it hanging, and I do feel the need to be accountable myself. Even though I'm a tiny channel, I do think I should be accountable for when I say something and it's proven completely wrong. So I accept that. I accept I'm completely wrong. So if you've made it this far in the video, please make sure you subscribe. It'll really help the channel out. And with that, I want to thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.